What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Coffee with Dudes. Alex and myself are going to dive into some questions here, some good ones, some funny ones. We'll give our insight and our takes on them, and we'll kind of just run through the list, man. How you feel about that?
I love it.
All
I'm
right,
excited
let's
for
do
it.
it, man. Heck yeah. Okay, so number one, is pre-workout basically legal crack or just expensive caffeine?
Mm, yes, probably both.
Yeah, yeah.
I
The answer is
personally
yeah,
don't do pre-workout. I have in the past for like a very short period of time, and it just got me too jittery.
yeah.
Honestly, I did
I,
back in the C4 days when they
oh
had
man,
their like basically illegal. It had to have been. I think they got rid of it because it was too. I wish I would have had the numbers on the back to see like the
yeah,
facts on it because I just all I knew is whenever I had a scoop of that stuff, I had it for a week. 1 week I took it, and I could nonstop just do anything. It was just nonstop. I had so much energy. It was like bouncing off the walls. I remember a few times I ran like 25 straight 50-yard sprints, like which I don't think you're supposed to actually do on pre workout. I don't think you're supposed to do that. But it's definitely beneficial for people that need it. I think working out first thing in the morning for some folks, like I'm not ready to go, taking a half a scoop or a scoop of pre workout can be very very beneficial. But yeah, it is both probably legal crack and also it is expensive to take that on a regular basis because what is it like 30-40 dollars minimum a
at
month?
least,
Here,
at
yeah,
least, yeah. I haven't taken it super long either. Like it's been months since I've taken it, but yeah, to your point, when you go that long too, the worst part about it is like when you reintroduce it is there. I feel like there's this wave, like you feel amazing, you feel like you can run through a wall, but then there's also that point of where you're like, oh, I took a little too much, and I'm having to battle the jitters, and now I'm having to like, you know, get used to this feeling that I'm not used to, and I'm not quite sure if I like it. And then beyond the workout, do I still want to have this feeling? Because it doesn't just disappear, right? Like,
yeah.
so it kind of just, it hits you pretty hard once you've taken a while off and then you go back onto it. But
Do you
I think a
find that
lot
there's
of them,
at all?
yeah,
Like, do you like when you take it, or have you in the past? Is it depend on the one too? Like, I'm sure there's more quality ones out there.
yeah.
I haven't really looked into it myself, just because I do coffee. I'm just a coffee guy.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's what I've been doing a lot lately. I know we've talked in the past about like specific brands and stuff, which I've taken, but like I said, last couple months, man, I've not taken. I've just solely done coffee. That's it. The
Yeah,
only other caffeine that I'll have is like if I drink like a Celsius or something, but I don't even drink that like pre-workout or anything. That's like a midday or late morning kind of thing.
yeah.
But yeah. Okay, what about this one? It says, how many rest days is too many rest days? Asking for a friend.
I mean, that depends. Just like everything it depends on how hard you're going in your other workouts. It depends on where you're at. Like I know for me, like I do like to take a rest week every once in a while if I need to.
Yeah,
That's something that a lot of people won't do. But I've found, doing that, especially when I'm consistent with my workouts, like every once in a while, my body just needs like a week off. And that's not to
mhm,
say that I'm going a week off of anything. Like I'm still
yeah,
walking and doing yoga, like stretching, doing stuff that is beneficial and like making sure that I'm getting a lot more steps in those weeks since I'm not working out. But those weeks I come back and I haven't really lost any strength. And
yeah.
so there's not a rhyme or a reason. Like a lot of people will just they just constantly they do it every day or they work out, 5, 6 days a week every week. And that's perfectly fine. If your body can handle it. But I always just caution people to like if you do feel yourself wearing down and you start to see your numbers dive in the gym, that it could be a good idea for you to take at least an extra like few days, 2, 3 days off that week and it's only going to help you feel better, your body, but also help get your numbers going back in the right direction if that's what you're trying to do.
100%. Yeah, like so if you scream if your body's screaming that it needs it, like that's a good opportunity to kind of listen to it. And what like ways to figure out that is if you see significantly like your strength going down or suffering because you've been training so much and not taking enough rest, your body just continuously feels like it's sore, like, that you'll know, like you'll know, you'll feel the effects of it. But Yeah, that's a big one, man. I think for me personally, like right now in my current stage in life is like if I won't take more than 2 days off in a row. If I do something, it'll be like a deload week that'll be longer than that. It'll be
Yeah.
7 days where I'm still doing something, but it's more like light movement, priority based. I'm trying to get really the goal of like a deload for me is to move very light weights if anything, or I limit my sets and do moderate weights, like only 1 to 2 sets, or sometimes I won't even do that and I'll just be like, hey, the goal is just to stay pliable and mobile and increase the heart rate a little bit and just dominate this week to and the main focus is to feel good so that I could go into the next week and have some success.
Yeah.
So yeah, very similar, man.
Yeah.
What's more important, the workout or actually showing up? I feel like this is a trick question.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it
Yeah,
depends on where you're at
yeah,
in your
totally.
journey, right? Like, I feel like all this stuff, and this is what everybody says, right? It's like it all depends on the individual because it's
Yeah.
so nuanced. But I mean, I like just showing up is half the battle, right? If you
Yeah,
don't show up, you're
definitely.
not going to get a workout in. So
Yeah.
like that's why we've talked about atomic habits on this show plenty. That's where my mind went to is like
Hmm.
when you're just starting and you're building the habit of exercise, it's like just start with 5 minutes on the treadmill. And then all of a sudden it's like you show up at the gym, like it's just naturally you're going to do more, right? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, oh, I'm already here, might as well do a few bench presses, right? It's
Hmm.
like and you start to build that up. So I think but then like after a certain point, it comes down to the where if you're just showing up at the gym every day and doing nothing, you're not going to get anywhere. And so you got to do something. And that's not to say like that'll change throughout your journey too. Like I'm not like for a while now, I haven't done anything crazy in the gym. Like I'm still pushing good weight and strong and feel good in the gym, but I'm not doing like anything nuts. I
Yeah.
just do my home workout. I got dumbbells up to 100 pounds in here, so I can do heavy, like pretty heavy RDLs and relatively heavy squats and goblet squats and stuff like that if I want to. But I'm not pushing the envelope and trying to like become Hercules or anything like that. I'm just trying to stay in good shape, stay healthy. Um, you know, like what I look at in the mirror, at least somewhat. And so
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just be able to do that. How about
Yeah.
you? What's your thoughts on this?
I think, dude, you said it perfect. Like, I don't know if I have much to add to that. Like, that's really good. That kind of piggybacks off this next question though. What's the minimum you do to stay in shape?
Um, I mean,
I guess first we have to define in shape too, right?
yeah,
Let's just
yeah.
say like whatever in shape is for you, like what's the minimum you'd have to do to be able to sustain that?
Well, I mean, the thing is like it comes down to the food you eat, like a lot more than
Yeah,
the
for
exercise.
sure. Yeah,
Like if you're just eating a bunch of garbage, you're probably not going to be in good shape, even if you're
yeah,
working out 6 days a week and
for sure.
crushing it. So, I mean, I think you could just go on walks and stay in shape if you're eating like, pretty good.
Yeah,
Um, I right now, well, like I said, all I'm doing is my goal is like 3 full body workouts a week. That's not crazy, right? And
yeah.
it's like today the workout was 15 minutes, like that.
Hmm.
That's all that I did today.
Hmm.
Um, and so it doesn't have to be anything insane to stay in pretty good shape, but that also depend on you too, right? It's like different people have different amounts that their body needs. So it's it's a lot of these questions are tough because it's like it really
Yeah,
depends on the person. It depends on what they're eating. Like if you're eating like
yeah,
good, then you can probably like not do much and stay in pretty good shape. But
for
if you're
sure.
eating like shit, then you're probably gonna need to do a lot more to stay in good shape.
That's such a good point. It's like such a more advantageous lever to pull is the nutrition piece. Like
Yeah.
you can like just eat fairly like good and healthy and fairly somewhat clean and like put less work physically on your plate, like and
Yeah.
still, get by. But like you said, on the flip side, if you're obnoxious and you're just oblivious to what you're eating, it's just like, oh man, yeah, it won't turn into like this minimal thing. I think you actually make it harder for yourself to, when we're, the original question is, what's the, minimum you do to stay in shape? It's like, well, it's really hard to stay in shape when you eat terrible and you eat like crap and you eat garbage. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's first and foremost. And then depending on how diligent you are in that process and how much you got that hammered down will kind of dictate how much effort physically, would apply to that to kind of keep a minimum in shape. Like for me, what I would do is like, I'd go 80-20. I'd try to 80% of the time I'd consume higher quality foods. And then 20%, I can literally have whatever I want. And workout wise, I would still I'd hit minimum 8,000 steps a day. I don't feel like that's a lot. I feel like it's very manageable for me personally. I'm speaking for me. That's
Yeah.
very manageable for me. And then strength training or just working out at least 3 to 4 times a week. I could get away with some weeks doing it 3 if I spread them out and have no more than like 2 days off max, just because I enjoy it. And then maybe 4 days if I was going like an every other day kind of cycle sort of thing. But like for me, I don't feel like that's a lot or overwhelming for me to do. And that's just for me. Like for somebody else, that might be super overwhelming. And for somebody else, it might be way underwhelming. So I don't, but for me, relatively speaking right now, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
What about this one, man? Last one, music or podcast during workout, and what's your pick?
Why don't you go first on this one? I've answered all of them first.
Today I went Toby Mac. I went Toby Mac on the treadmill today. So he's got some good jams.
What kind of music is that?
He's like a up tempo kind of. He does it's like I don't even know how you explain it. Like house blend / like just good vibe kind of music. And I put it on when I'm running, and it just like helps me. Like it's like you get through the run so easy and effortlessly. It's like yeah. So it's kind of like a little trick, a little hack. If I am going to listen to a podcast, I haven't really been listening to podcasts lately, but usually if I do, I love Joe Rogan, like listen to his stuff. Huberman, of course, but like,
my problem with Joe Rogan recently, like the last like year or two, is that I listen to his podcast, but it's like a person by person basis because like half the time he gets so political on his podcast.
Oh yeah, it totally depends who he's talking to. Yeah, if it's somebody that I don't know or don't care about, then I'm just like I don't even click play. But yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, not everybody's equal on there for sure. But yeah, I guess it just depends what I'm doing for the day, or I'll just go raw dog, dude, nothing. Yeah.
I do that sometimes from time to time. I'm a mixed bag too. Like I'll listen to music like rock, hip hop, country, even like kind of depends on the day. And then I'm a wide range of podcast guy too. I'd say it's more often than not probably podcasts than it is actually music for me. Yeah, I'll listen to like a lot of comedy podcasts, Theo Vaughn.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah, for sure.
It's my favorite podcast. We're Here to Help. If you've ever, do you know Jake Johnson? He's one of the main stars on New Girl. He's Nick in New Girl.
No.
So if you've, for anybody out there who knows that, you'll probably know they have a funny podcast where like people call in with like outrageous problems, and they help them solve it, and it's generally like a pretty like funny way of solving it, but it actually
Jake Johnson. Yeah, I didn't know that's who he was. Okay, yeah.
And so he's a big actor. Like he's been in a lot of movies and
Let's Be Cops. I remember him in that one.
Yeah. And so that's a big one to listen to. And then I'll also listen to like Joe Rogan. Sometimes I listen to Modern Wisdom. Have you ever listened to that one with Chris Williamson?
Oh, Chris Williamson's awesome. Yeah.
He's good. And then there might be some other ones out there that I sprinkle in, but that's the podcasts are my go-to thing for sure.
Yeah, man. Likewise. Well, cool, man. That's all the questions we had. We can wrap up. We are posting new pods, 1 pod a week now on every Wednesday at 6 a.m. Pacific time. And we love hearing from you guys. So if you want to submit any other questions for us to go over on something like this, like on the pod, we'd love to hear from you guys. If you found benefit from it, share it with a friend you know, like, and love. And we will catch you guys on the next episode.
Peace.